In 1843, the Free Will Baptists began meeting in the North Creek Schoolhouse, located near the railroad station. For several years prior to that, they used the old Dutch Reformed Church near the cemetery on Route 28 in Weavertown that had been started in 1822 and was the first church in the town of Johnsburg. The Johnsburg Free Will Baptist Church was organized on January 9, 1838 by Elder Josiah Weatherby, and it had 27 members. Some of the names from that list include Cross, Lyons, Goodspeed, Robley, Weatherby, West, and Carey, among others. The Free Will Baptist Church of Johnsburg was incorporated twice, first in 1838 and again in 1852. In 1853, the first church built in North Creek was built on this site. History tells us that the nucleus of North Creek came from logging camps which were established here probably between 1840 and 1850. And with the addition of the tannery, which was built in 1852 by Milton Sawyer and Wheeler Mead, North Creek was established as a village as we now know it. The original church, which we have a picture of, had 3 windows on each side and the steeple at the top of the roof. Church records show that the church was newly plastered and painted, and cushions were added to the pews in 1862. I'm not sure, but maybe they were the same cushions that were used right up until a few years ago. On July 4th, in 1875, the building was dedicated. Because of the dedication, some accounts say that it was in 1874 that Mary Melissa Persons gave a generous donation to the church, and it was remodeled. But I think it was more likely in 1892 that she gave the donation, because we have a receipt saying that she donated our bell from the Meneely Bell Company in Troy, New York in that year. Unfortunately, we cannot ring the bell anymore because the framework needs repair. We are not sure whether it was at this time that the church building was almost completely dismantled and rebuilt from the floor and walls up. As you can see now, there are 4 windows on each side, and the bell tower was added to the front of the building. It may also have been at this time that the addition was added to the back of the church for Sunday school classes and fellowship. Cement steps to the front entrance were built in 1916, along with a retaining wall at the roadside by the trustees and some other men from the church. A kitchen addition was added in 1928. In 1958, it was voted to reopen the dome in the sanctuary, and the natural wood that encloses it now was added by Gus Hampeter. Indirect lighting was also added at that time to highlight the dome. The most recent changes were new carpeting, and new pew cushions and upholstery were done. More recently, the kitchen has been divided to create a room for an office after the parsonage was sold. Last year, we purchased a new sign to replace the one that had been there for many, many years. There have been many families that have called this their church home over the years. I can recall our organists Gladys Monroe and Ada Foote, and the beautiful organ that was given by the Teakles. Some of those who taught Sunday school when I was younger were Loretta Freeburn, Gladys Monroe, my dad, Ivan Waldron, Louise Robley, and Teenie Whitaker. Our choir directors, Lottie Monroe, Ella Fritz, and Pamela Paulus, urged us to sing softer or with more joy. Mrs. Van Vliet, the wife of our pastor, H. Barton Van Vliet, did an extraordinary job with the girls of the church back in the 50s and early 60s. These are just a few who have had an influence on me and many others through the years. There are so many people that it is impossible to name them all. It has not only been a place to attend worship services, the church has been a place of joy when a new baby was dedicated, or when a couple was married, or an anniversary celebrated, and a place where loved ones have gathered in sorrow to say their goodbyes to a family member or friend. It has been the place to attend the annual turkey dinner and catch up on the latest news, or to help out serving those dinners. It's been a gathering place for many. For many years, a lighted cross hung on the front of the church, a beacon that could be seen from across the river as you were coming down the hill toward town on 28N. The building has stood proudly for 167 years, a tribute to all the strong men and women from years gone by who have contributed their time and resources for whatever the need might be in that moment. Thank you.